Hi, this is Keron Bhattacharya. I'm reading from my novel Reincarnation in the Holy Land. The characters and events in this novel are fictional. Chapter 9. Turning their back on the departing, almost liquid sun, the two friends are waiting outside London for Bipasha. London is part of a cultural conglomerate near the Maidan and close to the Victoria Memorial Hall. Beautifully tree-lined paths skirt various nooks in which people spend hours basking in the cultural ambience. Next to London are Rabindra Sadan, a major venue for concerts, the Bangla Sahitya Academy, which promotes literature, and Shishir Manchu, a major theatre. There is also an exhibition hall for displaying the works of well-known artists and painters. Nearby, the civic authorities have built a beautiful park with elaborate fountains where visitors can spend a pleasant evening just strolling or sitting idly, whiling away the time in endless conversations. Many Calcuttans happily compare the place with the South Bank in London or the Lincoln Center in New York. That may be an exaggeration, but all the same, the place has its own vibes. Ajoy, restless this evening, is ill at ease with his NRI friend, who is also feeling apprehensive. A sense of guilt for letting Shona down is upsetting him, even though he is trying to console himself with the theory that Ajoy's forefathers had dozens of wives and nobody batted an eyelid. The theory, however, is failing to subdue his qualms. My girlfriend is suffering from the menopause, Ajoy blabbers on to cope with his restlessness. You know what the women are like. They get all upset with their hot flushes and everything. Moreover, she had to go through a trying time when her husband was alive. The man was an alcoholic, hell-bent on killing himself. Nothing could she have done to stop that self-destructive bastard. Momentarily, Ajoy stops, then grabs his friend's hand. Let's have some burnt and mango juice. They walk about 10 yards to the burnt mango juice cellar. Will it be safe to consume something from a street vendor? He wonders. The NRI within him sees millions of bacteria floating in the liquid, but he doesn't have the heart to curb Ajoy's enthusiasm. These days, even street vendors have replaced the traditional earthen pots with plastic cups. Ajoy passes a cup of mango juice to him and slurps his own. You see, Bipasha works in a warehouse. Ajoy insists, slurping, throws the plastic cup on the path and gets back to the conversation. She has to complete the accounting for all the intakes and issues before she is allowed to leave. Explaining to his friend the reason for her delay seems hugely important to Ajoy. Fortunately, Peter Shobham Ghatak, the late filmmaker's son, walks in front of them. Ajoy jumps for joy. That's Ritik Babu's son. I know him. Let's go and talk to him. They rush forward to accost a tall and handsome man, proud of his father's achievements. The man smiles politely. Rito, this is my friend Bijon from England. He has been living there for donkey's years. When we were young, years and years and years ago, both he and I were keen admirers of your father's films. We went to the opening show of Ojantri. That's a good film, Vito smiles. We are showing that one as well. My friend wants to see Meghe Dhaka Tara because he missed that one. The National Film Theatre in London shows my father's films. I haven't been to the NFT for a while, he replies, somewhat embarrassed. They briefly talk about Subarnarekha, which is to be shown the next day. Soon, Rito makes a polite excuse and disappears inside the cinema hall. The man obviously has to organize things before the show begins. They stand there restlessly, getting more and more exasperated by the second, and still there is no trace of Bipasha. Every woman with a sari on, especially if she is pale-skinned and nearing 50, they inspect, but disappointments come thick and fast as a string of women pass by. The warning bells for the start of the show ring out loudly. You go in, I'll follow you, says Ajay apologetically. No, no, we'll stay together. At last, a smiling face appears at a distance. That's Bipasha, Ajay shouts. What the hell is the matter with you? He moans out loud. Why are you so late? The accounts have to be sorted and balanced, says Bipasha. Observantly, he compares the woman with Shona. Bipasha doesn't have Shona's simple charm and naive approach to life. Shona is passionate, Bipasha a little calculating. Perhaps life's pressures have made Bipasha that way. Her husband's alcoholism and death, and now a new man in her life, the man she had stolen from a married woman, and the social stigma attached to it, have perhaps inured her to criticism. You two are going to talk incessantly during the film, are you? Bipasha tries to stamp her authority on them. Are you complaining about our friendship? He demurs. Let's go inside. We're already late. Ajay hurries them along. They go inside, a tiny hall with makeshift chairs. Ritu is sitting on a chair on the desk, and next to him, a local dignitary. They are waiting for the audience to be seated before starting the show. Bipasha is about to take her place between her man and his friend, but it does not meet with the NRI's approval. I would really like to sit next to Ajay, he demands uncompromisingly. The Sandesh that Shona offered before coming to the pictures has obviously had the desired effect. Yes, he has taken sides, but not with his friend. His sympathy now lies with Shona. Bipasha, exuding an air of confidence, knows her strength. She knows that the NRI needs her approval for Ajay's friendship with him to continue. She knows that she doesn't have to kowtow to this silly man. She sits there without the slightest inclination to concede any ground. Ajay smiles awkwardly, as if to say, for heaven's sake, don't make a fuss. Preoccupied with the perceived insult, he sits there steaming with anger. During the intermission, Ajay persuades Bipasha to change seats and gently touches his friend's shoulder to appease him. When the film ends, he turns down an invitation to go for a coffee, spinning an excuse that he is supposed to meet Bhattacharya, the builder, that evening. As he hails a cab, a strange sense of relief envelops him. No longer does he have to defend his friend's extramarital liaison. He happily concludes. Yes, he has shifted his loyalty. Thank you. I'm off to India for 3 months. Next episode will be here in early December. Thanks.